Okay, so yesterday I said that I was going to share some of the techniques that I use in my PRISM program. PRISM is the acronym for my coaching framework, and it just provides a structure for my coaching sessions, just so that my clients can see where they've started, where they currently are, and obviously where they need to get to. Anyway, so P is the first letter of the acronym, and that is for prepare. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. Now, who's this for? This is for absolutely anybody, no matter where you are in terms of your well-being. This is a fantastic technique that you can use to shift something that's not maybe going quite as well in your life as it could be. Now, it can be something small, just one thing that you'd like to focus on, or it could be just your general well-being. It's entirely up to you. Yeah, only you know what's going on for you. So it could just be that you had an argument with a family member, for example, and you just want to let that go. Or it could be that you're feeling a little bit stressed and anxious, what with everything that's going on in the world at the moment. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to find out what your current story is. Okay, so I'd like you, if you haven't got one already, to grab a pen and paper. So you can pause the video, grab a pen and paper. Okay, so I'll assume that you've come back with pen and paper. And I'm going to ask you to write stuff down. Now, if you've read any of my previous posts, maybe you've heard me or seen me mention this before, but writing stuff down is great. It works in the same way as talking therapy does, in that it engages the left hemisphere of the brain, which is the rational side, and it helps take the emotion out of things and help us kind of see a clearer picture that when we can actually move forward. So, just like you to take a few moments to write down what's going on for you. So the scenario that you decided to work on, or your, as I say, your general well-being. So the things I'd like you to jot down in full sentences rather than just sort of notes, I think that helps to get a clearer picture, are how are you feeling about the particular scenario. So there's two elements to this. The first would obviously be a physical feeling. So do you have maybe an upset tummy when you think of it, or a racing heart, or is it just that your energy levels are low? So one, is there a physical sensation or physical manifestation of this? And then the second feeling is obviously emotions. What emotions does this scenario bring up for you? Try and be as detailed as you can. Just allow your pen to flow across the paper. Doesn't matter if you're kind of repeating yourself by saying the same thing but just in a slightly different way. Just let it all flow out. Describe the thoughts that you have around the scenario. So what comes up for you when you think about the scenario, or when you're actually in the scenario, depending on what it is you've chosen to focus on. And what behaviour are you following? Is it that, let's say for example, you wanted to stop drinking quite so much. Just let's say that's the thing that you wanted to focus on. So, describe the behaviour that you get to the end of the day, you have your dinner, and then you sit down to watch TV, and then you find you're always reaching to pour yourself a glass of wine or pop open a can of beer. Whatever it is, so what behaviour is linked to the scenario that you're describing. Then describe how this is all impacting you. Okay, again, don't worry about, whether what you're describing is right or wrong, because it will always be right. Just, as I say, explore what you feel the impact is. So it could be that it's impacting your health, it could be that it's impacting relationships, your relationship with yourself even. Just see where that takes you. And then lastly, how do you feel this is impacting other people? Now maybe this doesn't apply, okay, so in which case just leave this bit, but chances are often, the things that are going on in our own heads we feel does impact those people around us in some way or another. And then if that does apply, how does that make you feel? So the emotional feeling I'm talking about now. Does that then bring another wave of emotion when you think about how this might be impacting those around you? Okay, so I've whizzed through, obviously. If you struggle to keep up with me, just replay the video and then just pause it when you need to and just drop down and start the video as you see fit. Okay, any questions? If you're brave enough, post them underneath or just direct message me, that's fine as well. Okay, that's enough for today. Tomorrow, we're moving into a nicer space and we'll be looking at how we can take you from where you currently are to where you want to be. All right, hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye.